And the Supreme Court justices are meeting today for the first time since last week's unprecedented leak of a draft opinion that would overturn Roe v. Wade. The justices plan to discuss pending petitions and outstanding cases behind closed doors. They will also likely be dealing with the breach of the court's confidential operations. Chief Justice John Roberts has ordered the marshal of the court to begin an internal investigation into the leak. The meeting also comes one day after legislation to legalize abortion across the U.S. failed in the Senate. The measure was not expected to pass. It was 11 votes short of the 60 votes needed to be fully debated in the chamber. Joining us now is CBS News Washington reporter Caitlin Huey-Burns. Caitlin, great to see you. So how could the internal investigation into the draft opinion leak impact today's meeting between the Supreme Court justices?
Hey, Tanya. Well, to be a fly on the wall in that meeting, right? This is, as you mentioned, a kind of regular order of business for the 9 justices, just them, no staff. But of course, the investigation into the leak and the leak itself is going to likely hover over all of this. Now, as you mentioned, the Chief Justice has called on the marshal to launch an investigation, but it's really unclear what the scope of that investigation will be and what it might actually look like. On Capitol Hill, meanwhile, Republican lawmakers have been calling on the Justice Department or the FBI to launch their own investigation. But again, what could that lead to? What is the criminality there? And what exactly could they do? Again, big questions about the scope of it.
Right.
It's also important to note that earlier this week, because you mentioned the vote in the Senate on abortion rights, that failed. We've seen protests not only outside the Supreme Court, but outside the justices' own homes. Earlier this week, the Senate passed a bill unanimously with bipartisan support to extend security for the justices' immediate families. So they're grappling with the security issue as well in terms of what more they can do.
And Caitlin, as you mentioned, with the Women's Health Protection Act failing to pass in the Senate, where can lawmakers seeking to protect abortion rights go from here? Has this really just fallen to a state-by-state fight at this point?
Yeah, it's a really good question, Tanya. And I was asking Republicans and Democrats yesterday about what more they could do. Democrats specifically because they are making this a really significant issue, especially ahead of the midterms. And there's really little they can do legislatively. They know that they don't have the votes to pass what they tried to do yesterday. There are Republicans interested in working on preserving abortion rights. Susan Collins and Lisa Murkowski, Republicans, are pro-abortion rights. They have introduced their own legislation and are hoping to gain some traction there. But Democrats that I talked to yesterday were not interested in that piece of legislation. They said it was too narrow, and it's clear that they want to make this a midterm election issue. So when I was asking Democrats about steps forward, they said that this is an issue that has to go to voters, and they want them to elect more Democrats to the Senate, but also to governorships and state houses where, of course, this legislation has really been happening because the Supreme Court decision to overturn Roe, of course, would kick the decision back to the states. And so that's what to look at here. But aside from that, you can look at the consequences of this decision and what lawmakers could do to address some of that fallout. We've been doing a lot of reporting on the economic impact this could have for women who will be likely to bring children to term, what they can do to support women before, during, and after birth is a really significant issue. And so look to see whether lawmakers can do things to beef up programs and support already in place, or to direct more support in these states that have the most restrictive laws in the books. Because as we've been reporting, the states with the most restrictive laws have invested the least in programs for women and children.
Right. You repeal Roe versus Wade, and that inevitably creates a domino effect of other issues, which lawmakers are going to have to be prepared to deal with now. Well, Caitlin Huey-Burns in Washington, thank you so much.
Thank you.